Todd Shapiro Show. Canada Laughs. SiriusXM 168.
We got Frank Dumas here from St. George's Eco Mining and the ZU Crypto Networks. How are you, friend?
I'm doing okay.
You sound good. You sound better than I thought.
The mic helps.
It's
a little bit better than the phone, and the virus is going away now.
Good. You've been traveling a lot.
Yeah, I probably cut that in a plane somewhere. I couldn't speak for 2 days.
Well, that's probably a good thing for some people. They're like, it's about time Frank stops talking.
Is it contagious? Because I'm sitting really close to you.
I don't know. I tried to contaminate a few people. But, I've been active at that this week.
Leaning in a little extra close and everything. Yeah. So tell us, because last we spoke, you went to Iceland and then Malta, and what's been going on with the ZU Crypto Networks and all your travel? Is it business related? Is it personal related? What's happening?
It was all business, and like came in, came out type of thing. We learned last minute I had to go to Iceland. Went there couldn't find an hotel room, so I ended up on the type of bed you have when you go hunting in the basement of Vil that you probably, Vili, that you met the last time, our Icelandic director, and we met a few interesting people. We have good reception, I would say, or good collaboration with the government in both jurisdiction. And we went there. We were mostly there for ZU, but also for Borealis, which is the lesser-known subsidiary of St. George that is building a crypto commodity exchange, and that's getting more and more interesting. Like we're supposed to be in Korea, and the people we were supposed to meet in Korea actually flew to Malta to meet with us because things are moving at a speed. Just to show you, 3 years ago, the biggest crypto exchange that exists today were just concepts. So things are moving very fast, and now these people are also looking at expanding. Some are looking at moving out to other jurisdictions because, for example, Chinese government made a few of them illegal, and they were some of the biggest one. We're going to see some consolidation. We're going to see a lot of things interesting, and I can tell you that probably 80% of all the crypto trading volume was in Malta in the last 10 days, and there's a lot of interesting thing happening with the government there.
That's very interesting. Is that part of the reason why Bitcoin I saw went up about in the last month anyway went up about 30%? It could be related to what's going on over in Malta.
I would like to say it could be, but I don't. It's difficult. Bitcoin has its own life. There's also some exchange not liquid at all, where you will see Bitcoin at $10,000 right now, because people are trying to move to lesser-known coin to be able to cash into fiat. That's always an issue. Like the liquidity with crypto exchange, is always an issue. These guys often operate in gray zones. Malta is going to be like a revolution for a crypto exchange because it will be backed by a government that is directly connected to the European Union and trading in euro. So that's going to be a big change.
And will that be connected to the ZU Crypto Networks at all, or to Borealis? How do you say
Borealis?
Borealis. And isn't that the stars? Isn't that
yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought so. And is that owned by St. George's?
Borealis is 100% owned by St. George.
Okay.
So it's in 3 jurisdictions, 2 that you already know, Iceland and Malta. And another one that I'm not allowed to divulge just yet because we're finalizing negotiation, but it's going to be a kind of a distributed commodity exchange. Well, you'll be able to buy different things, futures and derivatives with crypto. And probably, if everything goes well, you'll be able to buy crypto with fiat also to get into it if we get our ways in Malta.
Well, Julian, Dion, do you have any idea what Frank is saying?
Yes, a little bit. Just listening to the show, and I've been, intrigued by the crypto space and stuff. And just hearing that Bitcoin went up 30% in the last month, I regret not getting into it. But mostly no. But I'm starting to catch on a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Do you often hear that, Frank? Still, that it's. Because even to me, I know a lot about it, but sometimes, I'll hear guys like you speak about it, or we're friends with a lot of different partners, whether it's like, a guy by the name of Michael Gortok from the Einstein Exchange, or a lot of different people pop on the show. Gokturk, by the way, sorry, is his last name. I feel like I understand it, but then I also feel like if someone were to ask me, I don't explain it as well. Do you get that a lot?
I do get it a lot, and it's I don't know what to say when I pass the border. I get custom agent asking me, "What do you do for a living?" And I'd like to revert back to the chief vacuum salesman I used to have on my LinkedIn account, but
You probably did really well with that, actually.
yeah, I was, well, actually, I think we discussed that before, but it got me bar from a big convention once where I had to reach out to the founder of the organizer of the convention because it was in London. And it looks like nobody below 40 years old has a sense of humor anymore in London in the financial sector. But they thought they didn't want their clients to be solicited by someone like me who would sell vacuums. So I had to change it and just take out the description of my job on LinkedIn. Yeah, we got a lot of
Because it
questions.
was a joke.
I got a custom agent in Iceland, actually, asked me, could you explain Bitcoin? I said, no, nobody can. So he laughed and let me in, but because I knew it would be like a 10 minutes conversation.
That's a great. I mean, I think that's a great answer. And it's interesting. I was, and I think Genevieve from the Grit Capital team and stuff. And I was over at Grit Camp last night, and they explored the cannabis space and the blockchain space and the gaming space, which is absolutely massive now. And it was really interesting because I'm so, while I always try to be funny and have funny comedians on and guys like Julian Dion for support and laughter and everything, I always love to learn about this stuff. And when we were there, though, the one thing we talked about is no matter what industry you're in, it's about being genuine as a person behind it, having a management team that's genuine human beings, people you can relate to, people who you can humanize, and people you really can try to understand. And sometimes you might not understand the exact sort of what the company is doing just because it's such an emerging industry. But when you get to know the management structure and know that they're genuine people, you want to work with those people, and you've done that well. And I actually gave a speech to about there must have been about 80 to 100 financial and wealth managers and fund managers and stuff. And that's one of the things I was talking to them about when it comes to the social media side. Don't be afraid to be you, not this corporate stuff. Have a sense of humor, have fun with it, because that's what people are looking for. And then, of course, they're looking for the companies to do well and grow and everything. And that's exactly what you're doing, right?
Well, it's mostly a matter of a relationship at this point. So you definitely want to be able to have access. You need to be accessible.
And what's up with the ZeU crypto networks? What's going on with that? Any updates?
We should have some updates in the next few days.
Does that drive people crazy when you don't have updates?
And it drives me crazy too, because
so why? Because you can't. Is this a legality thing? I don't know how it works in business.
Some of it is legality. Some of the other reason is I don't know, and it's impossible to tell to a shareholder who would be down on his money, who lost money in the market with you, or is waiting because he needs the money to pay something. He wants to move. He see other opportunity, to tell him, I don't have the answer you're looking for. I would love to give it to you, but I'm waiting for it also. And that we've been in that pattern for the last 2 weeks, and it's infernal.
And rest assured, though, you're busting your balls to make stuff happen.
We're working on a lot of other things, but then again, some of the people would like to have a camera, a helmet cam, like the Playboy channel used to have, and
How do you know that?
Well, it came with a package when I got the satellite.
I got the same one actually. I may or may not have renewed it.
You remember that guy?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. Well, I'm glad. I appreciate your candidness, and I know there's, I know how hard you work. We've gotten to know each other for quite some time now, and I know that you got some good stuff going on. So we look forward to it. Everything from the St. George's eco mining to I can never say that word. Borealis, thank you, and the ZeU crypto networks, which whenever there is new news to have and talk about, we'll do it right here for sure, and then you get to share that on the socials and stuff. At Maiken5, MAIKEN5. Give Frank Dumas a follow. And quickly, Julian, we're here in Montreal, live at Just for Laughs. You're a native here to the city. Where should I be going? Where should I eat? What should I be doing in Montreal other than seeing great comedy shows for GFL?
I'm gonna have to tell you that off air.
Come on.
It's probably going to involve a strip club and a sex shop and some.
No, not really. Like that's kind of a little bit passé.
That's the obvious.
We lost probably, and I'm pulling this out of my ass right now because I don't have any stats on this, but we probably lost more than half of the strip club we used to have.
And you still have more per capita than anywhere else in Canada.
Oh no, definitely, because we don't have a quota.
There's the Montreal. Is it called the Montreal Pool Room? The hot dog with steamies. Oh my God, you got to go there.
What is that?
It's the amazing hot dogs.
You go to La Frite Dorée, which is just across from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like the steamies?
You're gonna get the best poutine.
That's
the actual poutine.
Okay, so it's called what? Because that's where I want to go. Like the regular, it's
the Montreal Pool Room, and then there's Poutineville that's also really good, right, for poutine.
And there's La Frite Dorée,
right,
which is just in front.
Do you speak English?
The Golden Fry.
It's the Golden Fry.
Okay. You're doing well in your comedy in French, dude. You know this stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Frank, thank you again for hanging out with us. We appreciate you filling in.
For having me.
And and if you got some restaurants that you can tell me off air, we can go and hang out for dinner. Let me know. I'd love to do that with you guys.
The Todd Shapiro Show, Canada Laughs, SiriusXM 168.